Does George Russell have a shot at a 2021 Mercedes seat? There's a lot of speculation and rumors out there about a second Mercedes seat. A lot of people think that because Lewis Hamilton hasn't signed a contract yet, then that must mean that George Russell still has a shot at that Mercedes seat. But let's analyze this and let's see if there's even the slightest chance of this happening. We'll split the video into 4 parts. Does George Russell deserve the seat? Why would Mercedes ditch Hamilton? Why would Hamilton leave? And can it actually happen? Let's start with the first part. Does George Russell deserve the seat? Do we really need to ask that question? Yes, he definitely deserves a Mercedes seat. I was sure about this even before his secure performance, but after seeing just how good he was in that Mercedes, just how quickly he managed to adapt to a new environment, to a new car, to a car that he didn't even fit in physically, that was just amazing. I'm sure he deserves a seat. He managed to put that Williams into Q2 so many times, a car that Nicholas Latifi couldn't put into Q2. He was just 0.026 off of Valtteri Bottas in qualifying and secure in the same car. That was just amazing. He was better than Valtteri Bottas in the race in secure, and he was really close in qualifying. I really do think he deserves a shot as soon as possible, but do I think that he's 100% ready and at the peak of his career? No. But before we talk about that, I want to take a second and say that I have a lot more Formula 1 content planned for the 2021 season and a lot of new projects planned for the future, so make sure to subscribe so you won't miss a thing. Thank you. I think he still has a lot to learn. Even if he proved that he's a fast driver on Saturday, and his secure performance showed that he can handle the heat of the midfield and of a more experienced teammate, he still doesn't have a lot of experience of wheel-to-wheel battles and wheel-to-wheel combat in F1, especially in the sharp end of the grid. Except his outing in the Secure Grand Prix, he hasn't been fighting at the top since 2018 when he was in Formula 2. I think he's still really young, and despite the fact that he does deserve that Mercedes seat, I don't think another year at Williams will do him any harm. Williams look like they have a better 2021 car, having closer links with Mercedes, and I think that if Williams manages to get closer to the midfield, offering George the opportunity to fight with a lot of other talented drivers, I think he will only benefit from another year with Williams, and Mercedes might actually want to keep him there so he can fully develop. Let's go to the second part of this question. Why would Mercedes ditch Hamilton? This is the most important question. Why would Mercedes want to ditch Hamilton? I've made a video a while ago about whether or not Mercedes still need Hamilton, but I'm going to talk about this here as well. Why would Mercedes change something that is already perfect? Part of what makes Mercedes the most dominant team in history is the fact that they have consistency. Their management stayed almost the same. They only had 4 full-time drivers since 2010. That's Rosberg, Schumacher, Bottas, and Hamilton. This is what differentiates them from a team like Red Bull, where they change drivers mid-season like Sox, or a team like Ferrari that changed their team principles a lot. Consistency, both on and off track. This is what makes a team great. And it's just as the quote says, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The only thing that probably Mercedes don't like about Hamilton is his salary. But this is the only thing that they can use against him in an argument. He's a brilliant driver with a huge salary. The only reason that they would change their driver is that they don't like paying 50 million euros or dollars. I think Mercedes can't afford to change drivers in 2021, not in terms of money, but in terms of performance. There would inevitably be a lot of things that have to change if Lewis would leave, and I don't think that Mercedes wants to go through that when Lewis is doing a brilliant job, as it is right now. They want to win the championship, they want to rewrite history, and they want to rewrite the history books with Lewis Hamilton. They would love to have the name Hamilton, an 8-time world champion with Mercedes. or Mercedes power, because his McLaren that he won his first championship in was still powered by Mercedes. I think they don't have any reason not to sign him again for 2021. But he might decide to leave on his own. This leads us to the next part. Why would Hamilton leave? I don't think he wants to leave. He's still saying that he's improving with every race, that he's getting faster and faster, and I honestly believe him. He looks better than ever in that car, he's physically fit and feels just as good as before, if not better. He's on the verge of breaking the most incredible record, being an 8-time world champion. Why would he want to quit right now? He still didn't extend the record. He only equaled Michael Schumacher's record of 7 titles, but he didn't break through that. He didn't extend the record to 8 or more. He's still tied on the number of championships with Michael Schumacher. If I were him, I would definitely want to extend that record even further. I don't think he wants to leave right now on the verge of greatness, but after breaking the record and extending it to 8, I do see him retire. He might actually retire next year after breaking the record, after being the best driver of all time in terms of championships as well. Having that record, he would feel complete. But all that's mumbo jumbo. Let's ask the actual question. Can it really happen? Can George Russell be in that Mercedes in 2021? Yes, I mean, anything can happen in Formula 1. If you've watched this sport even for a year, you know anything can happen in this sport. This could be a shock move, there could be a shock retirement, but I think there's a very, very small chance of this happening. Realistically, I don't think George will get that seat in 2021. But I do think that he will get the seat in 2022. I'm almost positive of that. He does deserve that seat. Another year at Williams will make him full, will make him complete, and I do think he will drive for Mercedes in 2022. And at the end of the day, that's all that George needs. That's all that George wants. He wants that Mercedes seat. If it comes this year or next year, I don't think he will be sad about it. I think he would be happy about it either way, even if it comes this year, even if it comes in 2022. So yeah, that was it. Stay safe and happy race watching.